What's the difference between corruption and connection? And the wise man said, it's corruption when it's not benefiting you, but it's connection when it's on your side. You see, we are jealous. We like things when I'll be the one close to the president, I'll call it a connection. But if it's some other person who is now close to the president, it's corruption. When currently, just look at yourself and you wake up today now the president of Zimbabwe, are you going to leave your relatives poor? Are you going to leave that dusty road which is in your rural areas? Are you not going to put her? Isn't that corruption? Is it connection? You get whatever you want when you can help many people to get what they want. So what I'm simply saying is, when you know people, it's easy for your doors to open. Even my books to sell is because I'm selling them mostly to people who know me. Hello guys, my name is Jerry Zungu, aka The Chartered Vendor. Welcome to The Chartered Vendor podcast, where we talk about everything business, everything sales, everything entrepreneurship. And today I'm hanging solo as usual, and I've got an issue. I posted something on my Facebook about relationships, and most of the people, they came guns blazing. Some were supporting, some were not, and that's the importance of that's why we are a democratic country. That's why it's also important to have different views on different issues. So today I've got the issue to do with relationships. There's a statement which I once heard from a wise man, which says, what's the difference between corruption and connection? And the wise man said, it's corruption when it's not benefiting you, but it's connection when it's on your side. So what was he trying to say? If you ever noticed that you've got your uncle who is working, I'll tell my story first. You know what happened in 2005 when I got into Harare? I went to my Ambuya's place, Ambuya Msewe. May so rest in peace. Shout out to your daughters. And when I went to her place, she was still working at the registrar of companies together with Ambuya Mtukudzi. May so rest in peace as well. So when I went there, I said, Ambuya, I've got all the qualifications, but I need a job. It was 1 week into Harare. I need a job, Ambuya. Then she just said, but Edgar's takes people, and Ray works there. So I went there. Fortunately, it was a day for interview. Then I went there. I got interviewed. Boom, I got a job in Edgar's. That's how I got into a job in Edgar's. Because of the power of what? Relationships. Not only there. I still remember also when I was working at Spa. No. What got me into Spa? I was working for AFA, Fire Engineers. Then one of the HR got into trouble with the acting CEO, and she was arrested. So I went to the police with proof that the HR wasn't guilty. She didn't steal any money, and she wasn't guilty. So when she was arrested, she was put at Southampton police station. When we went there, the relatives of the HR who was arrested, we started talking, and they asked about what I do, what I'm doing at AFA. Then they just said, young man, there's a job at I know my friend. It was still Save More by then. I know a friend who is running that shop, is looking for an accountant. I went there early in the morning. We met at a restaurant with the owner, and this guy who had referred me, it was a pastor, but I'm forgetting his name. Then, boom, I got a job into Spa. So, can you call it corruption, or are you going to call it connection? Obviously, for the people who were looking for a job at Edgar's, and they ended up losing a job because I had a relationship on the interview, the panel which was interviewing me, one of the people was referred to that person, and my qualifications were also proving to be high than the people who were there, and my skills, and I got that job. But can you call it corruption or it's a connection? It's a power of connection. So the question which I have right now is to say, what do you term corruption? What do you term connection? Because I'm not not for corruption. I don't like corruption. But what I'm simply saying is, when currently, just look at yourself and you wake up today now the president of Zimbabwe. Are you going to leave your relatives poor? Are you going to leave that dusty road, which is rural areas? Are you not going to put her? Isn't that corruption? Is it connection? If I know someone powerful, a minister, I know him, we're classmates. My classmate is now a minister. My young brother is now a president. Do you expect me to suffer because I'm close to power? So that's the question which I have today. And one particular individual I want to single out who has mastered the art of building relationships. Because it's all about building relationships. It's not about identifying whether it's corruption or connection. But to me, it's about building relationships. And what I've now understood is to say, you get whatever you want when you can help many people to get what they want. So what I'm simply saying is, when you know people, it's easy for your doors to open. Even my books to sell is because I'm selling them mostly to people who know me. So I've got a connection with those people. I know these people, they are willing to support whatever I'm going to have. If I put out a seminar, these people, they come, they support me because why? They want me to progress. They want me to progress.
Hello Africa, this is the book which you're actually waiting for. Why African Businesses Die Young. This is my 10-year experience working with African businesses, and I've seen where are they actually failing. They've got a very good product, they've got a very good ideas, but the business in Africa is failing. So I've shared my 10 years of experience in dealing with small businesses across Africa. Please grab a copy and get free consultants from yours truly, the Chartered Vendor.
Good morning, boss. You're glowing today. New perfume, eh?
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
No need to say I've already cleaned your jakes twice.
No, that's okay, young man.
Okay, see.
Go to your lunch, boss. No need to pay me back.
No, that's okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Wow. Odu has done it again. This is wonderful news. Wow. We will enjoy today.
When you use Odoo Payroll, payday is no longer a nightmare. No manual calculations, no late payments, no stress. Just peaceful, accurate, and happy employees.
So I want to single out one particular individual, and people, they call him is controversial, but I've noticed that this guy knows how to build relationships. He knows how to build connections, and the guy is none other than Sewikne Oshivayo. Why I say this guy is a genius is because you look at him today. He's got a minister of is standing side by side with the minister of Mozambique, the president of Mozambique. Tomorrow you see him with the president of Zambia. Tomorrow he's got the president. The other day he's got the president of Nigeria. The other day he's with the president of Kenya. The other day he's got the president of Zimbabwe. Some people might say it's because he's close to the president of Zimbabwe. But my question is, how did he manage to nurture all these relationships with the president of Malawi, former president of Malawi, the current president of Malawi? How has he managed to nurture all these connections, all these networks? I tell you, we might say it because of jealousy, because you see, we are jealousy. We like things when I was when I'll be the one close to the president, I'll call it a connection. But if it's some other person who is now close to the president, yeah, it's corruption. So the power of relationships. How are you going to build a business based on relationships? So if this gentleman who I've just mentioned, Sewik now, if he's got a connection with the president of Malawi, he can get whatever he wants in Malawi. Because it's easy for him to interact with the minister. It's easy for him to interact with business people in Malawi. It's easy for him to get opportunities in Kenya. It's easy for him to get opportunities in Zambia. So, guys, what do you want to tell each other? You can build a business. You can have a nice product. But let me tell you, if you don't know someone, sometimes whatever you're trying to build will suffer. You look at the owner of TikTok. At one point, TikTok wanted to be banned in America. But because of the relationships, TikTok ended up not being banned because of the relationship with Donald Trump. What I'm simply saying is, it's relationship. If you've noticed, also Trump is always saying when he was even campaigning, I'm close to Putin. So I know that I can end the war in Russia and Ukraine in a day, although that it proved now to be more than about 150 days when he got into office. It's now almost a year. But you couldn't end the war in Ukraine. But if you notice how also it dramatically ended the war in Gaza and the war between Gaza and Palestine and Israel, it's because of connections. He's always saying, I know someone who can do this. If you look at Donald Trump, he's valuing partnerships and relationships. So his relationship with Putin is the one which is going to make the war in Russia and Ukraine end. I pray that it will end. We don't want blood. We hate wars. So it's about relationship. This world is about contacts and connections. If you don't have a contact, I tell you, you're doomed, you're dead. So I want to tell you guys, respect connections. Always save numbers. When you go to a network event, have numbers, have connections. Because if I've got numbers for powerful people, it's easy for me to knock doors. I want to push an agenda. It's easy for me to push an agenda when I've built relationships. So entrepreneurs, please, entrepreneurship, you have to value relationships. The people who have helped you 25 years ago, they might also help you now. You need also to help you to help those people as well. So business, when you want to do it, it's even when you are selling something. When you sell something, when I mean sales about trust. Who is trustworthy in sales? Number one, it's my friends, my relatives, my former business partners. All those people are trustworthy. So if you notice, most of the times, if you are failing to close a deal, if your CEO is just going to have a relationship with the CEO in that company, that deal is going to be easy. It's going to be easy to close that deal. That's the power of relationships, guys. So all the contacts which you have, can turn into contracts if you build the ARA, which is the relationship. So it's about relationships, guys. Let us not be haters. Let us learn something from Sewik. No, we can learn a lot from him. I know that people are going to say Jerry is now interested in cars. I know that some people are going to be tempted to say that, but I'm just being honesty. This guy has mastered the art of building relationships. We need to learn something from him, take some notes from him, and I tell you, our businesses can never be the same again. Relationships are important. If you're in business, someone knows someone. Even the person you think that they don't have money today, but they also know someone who is in power, someone who is running a business. So I want to urge you, entrepreneurs, when you go out in events, when you go out to meet people in the market, build relationships. Relationships are your door to sales. That is your door to success. So please invest in the relationships, build them, put fertilizer into them, and your business will never be the same again. So guys, remember to always subscribe to this channel. You'll be helping a lot of people. You'll be helping entrepreneurs out there. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Until next time, it's Jerry out.